AI agents right now can do some pretty insane things. They write code, they debug your errors, they reason through problems better than most junior devs can. But when it comes to browser automation, that's where I find it gets messy. Look, it's not that they can't do it, they can sometimes. The main problem being reliability. You build a workflow that works perfectly when you're testing it, then you deploy it and suddenly it's failing 30%, 40% of the time. The agent's clicking on the wrong element, it's hallucinating where a button used to be, and suddenly everything is broken and lost. And traditional automation, well, it's not much better. Playwright, Selenium, you might be thinking to write your own script. They work great until the website ships an update, and then usually a class name changes and the whole test suite suddenly breaks. And that's where Amazon was listening. They built NovaAct. Essentially, it's browser automation that's actually reliable at scale. And before we carry on, a big thank you to Amazon for sponsoring this video. Remember guys, even though they've sponsored the video, and yes, they did give me early access to have a play around with it, all of my opinions are always my own, and I genuinely believe this is a pretty cool piece of tech. So today I'll be showing you what NovaAct is and why it's different from your typical agent setups, and how you take it from something like a prototype to production using Cursor. Sunny here and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I teach you all about the AI coding space, how to leverage the most powerful tools the right way. So if that sounds good to you, don't forget to drop a like and hit the subscribe button for more content just like this. So I'll break it down as simple as possible. In NovaAct, you describe what you want the agent to do in plain English. Log into this site, navigate to a reports tab, download the CSV. NovaAct figures out how to actually perform that in a real browser session. But here's the key difference. This isn't just a wrapper around a language model. Amazon built a vertically integrated system. So that means custom model, orchestration, browser actuator, everything is all trained end to end to actually complete UI workflows reliably. And they're claiming over 90% task reliability at scale, not in a demo, but at scale. And we've seen pretty accurate numbers with that. And here's the cool part. If something goes wrong or it needs human judgment, these things happen. NovaAct actually escalates it to a human supervisor rather than just failing silently. That's the kind of production ready thinking you don't see most agent tools doing. And it can even do checkout flows, so automating purchases or booking flows, so you can make sure your customers are always getting the right experience. But enough talking, let's see the proof in the pudding. I'm going to walk you through the full flow today, from prototyping it in the online playground to running it locally in Cursor. Let's dive straight in. So as you can see, we've got Amazon Nova loaded up right now. Now here we can see a couple of options. Now what we're going to be focusing on today is mainly the UI agents, because it's so cool. Okay guys, so let's go check it out now. Here we can see you've got the NovaAct playground. We're going to go ahead and dive into that in just a second. But when we do jump into the SDK, you can go ahead and get started with everything that you need to know about by clicking this link right here. So in the background, you might want to go ahead and get started with this right now so we can get moving pretty quickly later on, okay? And you also want to generate a key afterwards. But let's jump into a real fun little demo and show you what it's all about. I want you to click onto NovaAct Playground. So once we're on this page, we need to go ahead and give our agent a name. So let's go ahead and say he's the TV finder. He's going to go to target.com. And then we need to describe what he's going to do. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say something along the lines of search for a 4K TV under $500, find the top result and extract the product name, price, and URL. Now you can actually split these up into different actions. So you can have separate different actions here going on. So that's pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and keep it into two actions. So the first one, search for the TV. The second one, find the top result, extract the product name and the page URL. Let's be a bit more specific, even though it'll probably work just fine, right? Let's go ahead and run our agent. And as you can see now, it will go ahead and say initializing the agent with the provided instructions. So just from that natural language prompt, it will now go ahead and spin up an agent on its end, and it will go ahead and start browsing to the site. And here we have it. So this is a really cool situation because immediately we have a pop-up. It navigated past the pop-up, and now we're gonna hopefully see it go ahead and navigate to the search bar on its own. There you go, 4K TV under $500. It navigated to it perfectly, and now it's waiting for the results to load. And as you can see, the agent is thinking down below. The page content has changed, meaning that my previous action was successful. Now it should go ahead and find the top result and extract the product name and page. So it's doing a really good job so far. It's even able to scroll down, which is pretty awesome. And now it's found the results that is visible. And now it clicked through to one of the top TVs that it found. And from this page, it can now go ahead and start the scraping process. And just like that, look at that, guys. Agent run was successful. We can go ahead and look at the execution over here. But here's the exact task that we wanted. It gave me the product name. It gave me the price as well as the exact URL to go to that price. And now here's the really cool part, right? We can actually go ahead and extend on this by clicking build with the Nova Act SDK. So if we click this right now, it will go ahead and take us to the first page to get things set up. So we can go ahead and firstly run this pip install Nova Act. So I want you to copy that and go ahead and install this on our machine. So what we're going to be doing now is actually getting it running on our IDE. So whether you're using Cursor, VS Code, whatever your flavor is, we're going to be using Cursor today and get it up and running. So I want you to open up a terminal and simply pop in pip install Nova Act. Now I've already done this, so I'm not going to do this again. The next step that I want you to do is go ahead and generate an API key. So in this case, I've already generated an API key, but you simply just have to click this button. You'll get one already set for you. Keep that private. Then we want to go ahead and run our first workflow. So if we go back to the previous screen, when we actually finished the execution, we could have actually clicked on this button right here, and it would have gone ahead and allowed us to download the Python script to go ahead and get this up and running. But don't worry, if you're like me and you got a bit ahead of yourself, then you can simply just go to the top, click on the Nova Act DevTools and carry on from this point. So we're going to go ahead and actually copy this, or you can go ahead and browse some more examples if you want. And then the next step is to spin up Cursor. So here I have Cursor on my machine. Now I've got a couple of scripts in here that we're going to run through today. But first thing I want you to do is actually go over to your extensions, and we need to install Nova Act. So I want you to type in Nova Act into the extension bar and click on install. Now, once that's done, it'll be super fast, and I want you to go ahead and pin it. So if you click on this, you'll be able to go ahead and pin, and then you should get to this page right here. So here we have welcome to the Nova Act extension. So go ahead and click on authenticate. Now you'll reach this screen. Now I've already done this step, but all you need to do is click this link if you haven't already got an API key, and then go ahead and click on this link right here, and it'll go ahead and pop up with an input to go ahead and paste the key in. I've done that, which is why you can see my API key right here. And if you already actually have an AWS account, you can actually use that to go ahead and get things up and running over there as well. But once we're done, we're going to click on build with API key. Now we're inside of Nova Act builder mode. So effectively here what we have is a sample script, and this one basically allows us to go ahead and test it first off. So in this case, we can see that we have our different steps. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. We have this live view and the output right here. And what we're doing is we're effectively going ahead and reaching to one of Amazon's demo sites, find the flights from Boston to Wolf on February the 22nd. Now, of course, I could use a demo that they have already here, or load many from the templates, such as this QA one, which is really cool, and I recommend you give it a try. But I'm going to go ahead and do something a bit more cool. We're going to go ahead and take our previous example about finding the best TV price, and we're going to load it in here already. So remember that previous screen that we were in? Here, you can go ahead and actually download the Nova Act Python file. So let's go ahead and try that right now. It'll download to your computer. Then I want you to head back over to your IDE, click on the open Python file. Now here you can see that Python script that we exported is now loaded in. There's only a couple of things that we have to change. For example, this is asking for the API key, but because we're in this environment, we actually don't need the API key because it's already populated in the environment here. So this is really cool because now what we can do is we can click on run all cells. It will go ahead and spin up and show us the output of the agent as it's running and a live view just like we saw previously. But I'm not going to show you the same example because that's not really fun, right? Let's go ahead and do something pretty cool here. So what if I want to go ahead and write my own script? So I've done that already, but I'm going to show you how you can do it yourself. So say you're using something like Cursor, is go ahead and open up the sidebar and actually pop the script in over here. So we already have it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my script, pop it in, and here you can see we've got TV Finder. Let's go ahead and rename it. And here is the TV Finder, right? Now, if we were to run this as Python here, then of course it won't work because we need to have the API key. So we actually do have to put the API key in, or we have to just factor in for it. Maybe we can add it inside the CLI command, whatever the case, but that's up to you. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and write a new script for a flight search, okay? So what we can do is we can go ahead and open up Cursor and simply do a simple Cursor prompt, just say @TV Finder, and then paste in the following prompt, something like write a similar script of finding the cheapest flight from Google Flights from New York to San Fran tomorrow. Let Cursor go ahead and code up another script. And now you can see we've got flightfinder.py. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Everything is pretty much the same, except now we have a date. Of course, this is Python. In this case, we've got the API key here. Headless is true, which means it's going to be running in the background. And then it's going to go ahead and first set the departure city, set the destination city, set the travel time to tomorrow, and then search for the flights and find the cheapest and extract the information. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a try. So I'm going to go back into my builder mode tab. And if you lose this tab, it's very simple. You just go over to the Nova Act extension and then click on build workflows. But we're going to go ahead and import that script in. So flightfinder.py. And here you can see we've got all of those steps being pulled through just like so. So I want to go ahead and run that. But remember the API key, we're going to go ahead and remove that line because we already have ours set up. So let's go ahead and run all cells. Remove this. And there you have it. It's going to go and spin up, and let's see how this does. So as you can see, it's spun up a session. It's now loaded up Google Flights. I love this. And now set departure city. And notice how I haven't told it anything. I didn't say where the different fields are. Let's actually use the full screen mode and have a look. And look, it's now searching for New York. And I love this captions button as well. So it actually shows us what the agent is doing. So in this case, it started typing in New York. It found out that that worked out pretty good. Then it clicked the suggestion. So once it's done that, then it goes to the where to, started typing in San Francisco. And now it can see that there are pop-ups popping in. So you can see it clicked on the actual pop-up itself. And this is pretty cool, guys, because this is all happening without me having any intervention here. And you can actually see over here as it steps through each command, all of the different commands that the agent is doing and how it's thinking through it. And this is the really cool part. It even worked with a calendar pop-up. So it doesn't really matter what UI it's using. It can go ahead and interact with it. Amazon Nova is just handling that for us. They even went ahead and made it a one-way trip as opposed to a round trip because we're trying to find the cheapest flight. So it popped in the correct date. That is in fact tomorrow from the day of this recording. And then it's going to go ahead and search for the flight. And now it's going to go ahead and start loading the flights. So we've got a couple of flights already. And you can see it actually went ahead and filtered it by clicking the cheapest tab. And now it opens up the flight details. It's likely going to go ahead and scan the price, the time of the flight and so forth before I believe it's going to wrap up. And yep, there you go. It wrapped up and it found the flight. So in this case, it actually returned over here. So it returned airline Frontier, departure is 1 p.m, arrival is 9:39, duration 11 hours, stops 1, and it also gave us the price. And that is awesome, all from a simple prompt. We didn't have to do any scripting, any kind of, under the hood coding, simple prompts. It allows us to have a full automation flow that powerful. You can also go ahead and click on this button here. So view your act run and view your session. And it literally gives you a step-by-step guide as to how it went through. If we go up to inside of the logs, we can actually see the individual parts as well. So this is really, really nice. And it literally shows us as it navigated through. Awesome stuff. Okay, but what if we want to run this inside of a CLI or some kind of automation pipeline? Well, this is what this example is for right here. So we've got Meta Ray-Ban's price compare. We've got the search term that we want to search for. And then we're actually going to use something called the Pydantic schema for structured extraction. This is based on the docs. And we're saying effectively, we just want to have this class come back every time. So a product name, a price, and the URL. We list out the stores. And by the way, I did use Cursor to help generate this. So it's actually super easy to do. You don't have to know Python. It's very, very simple to basically prompt your way to get to this point. You simply, if you do get stuck at that point, just give the docs URL that I showed earlier inside of your Cursor prompt and you'll get very, very far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run the searches. So we're going to loop through each of the stores and run and kickstart a separate Nova Act instance, right? So in this case, we're going to navigate to the store and then go ahead and get the product details. And then you can see we're appending it to our results. And then we're going to show the price comparison. Okay. Now notice how here I have inlined my API key. So of course, this is just for a demo. You want to keep your API key private. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and rotate the key afterwards. Let's go ahead and give it a try. So how do we go ahead and run this? Well, we simply click this over here, run Python file. Now it's going ahead and spun off the workflow. And what you'll notice is it's actually running in headless mode. So now we don't have the overhead of the UI rendering and all that good stuff. So we're going to come back in just a second after letting this run for just a moment. And there we have it. Around a minute and a half later, it's done the entire run. You guys can see the price comparison right here. It found both prices for the same item. So in this case, we've got $339.99 or $339.15. So technically, Best Buy would be cheaper here. But the fact that it did all of this in the CLI by itself is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it did. So if we look up here, this was when we launched the command. This is when we actually ran the Python script. Then we can see the agent kicks off starting with Best Buy. So as it goes down, then it's going to go ahead and navigate the site. And then you can see in these return blocks is where it's going to go ahead and return the data each time. And once it's done, it ran our little script over here to bubble up a nice little UI. So there you have it, guys. Whether you're running it in Nova Act builder mode or whether you're running it directly in the CLI, both are super powerful and super easy to implement. And like I said, definitely do go to the builder mode, check out, for example, the QA testing pack, and then you can see for yourself how you can even set up in-depth testing cases so that you can have automated testing across your site with ease. But Sonny, what about if you want to take this to production? Well, for the teams that are thinking a bit bigger, they've got you covered. AWS make it so simple with one-click deployment. Simply head over to the deploy tab, put in your workflow ID, ready and click on deploy. And just like that, your workflow is now on the cloud. All you need to go ahead and get this working is simply AWS credentials. Once you've got those, do the steps I showed you, and you can go ahead and launch your workflow in the AWS cloud. This means you can build your workflow like we just did, and then either use the one-click deployment right here, or you can use their CDK examples if you want something a bit more custom. And here's the awesome part. Once you've deployed to AWS, you get all of their benefits, meaning you can track execution, trace logs, and troubleshoot on the dashboard, and confidently launch a fleet of agents out into a production environment. And for teams doing serious automation at scale, that's the real value point. So whether you're doing web QA, data entry, data extraction, checkout flows, whatever it might be, whether it be the examples that we spoke about today or vastly more complex situations, Amazon Nova's got you covered. And there we have it. The agent is now running locally, powered by Nova Act. From here, you can integrate this into your own systems, add logic, chain multiple workflows together, whatever you fancy. Now, at this present moment, it's been around 2 months since the launch of Nova Act, and there's a couple of things that you should probably know about. So number one, Nova Act is currently only available in the US. So if that's a problem, then you're going to have to likely wait for a while before you get access to it. And number two, you're actually going to need a US-based Amazon account to access it. But if you have those two things, then feel free, give it a try and see how you like it. I mean, look, I definitely look forward to seeing this expanding as the product grows and evolves. And I'm just generally, I love where the space is going. And remember, like any tool, it's not magic. You still need to understand what you're building, so trash in means trash out. Agents need clear instructions. That means complex multi-step workflows, they're going to take a couple of iterations to get right. But for the exact specific problem that they're trying to solve, reliable browser automation at scale, this is the most production ready approach that I have actually seen. So wrapping up, the truth is I've used many automation tools out there and demos and then take them to production, and that causes us issues with our team. The fact that Nova Act has actually designed this from the ground up for reliability first, and that it can scale from your laptop to AWS without rebuilding everything, that's what makes this, in my opinion, worth paying attention to. If you want to try it out for yourself, then go ahead and check it out in the description down below. I put a link over there so you can feel free to jump through it. Remember, going through that link tells them that you came from this video and it allows me to do more videos just like this. And let me know in the comments below, what workflow would you automate first? I'm genuinely curious to see what you guys would actually build with this. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, drop a comment on your favorite part, and subscribe for more content just like this. As always, Papa Fam, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.